Hi, my name's Forrest Smith. My wife is the founder of Florida Paranormal. We started a long time ago, probably about 3 years ago actually, and we used to go down to the north of Forrest where there's a ferry boat landing. The guy who ran the landing's actually buried on the property, and we used to go up there with the K2 meters and talk to him. But that was before we knew better, because there really isn't anything that is what you consider a ghost. In the Bible, there's only 3 ghosts that were mentioned. The Holy Ghost is one of them, naturally. King Saul's son was another one, and Lazarus. Those are the only 3 ghosts in the Bible. What we're dealing with is usually a spirit, or a fallen angel. That's where all the problems come in. That's how people get in trouble. That's how people get in trouble with like Ouija boards and things of that nature. They go out there and they think that they're talking to somebody. They're not. They're talking to something that's actually an evil entity. It's not a game. It's something you shouldn't play with. When we were down there in the North Forest, we took a lot of pictures. We had something that came through the tree tops, big black mass from tree top to tree top. We actually got that on film. We also got things to materialize. There's something standing beside my wife, probably about as high as my hand is off the ground, big and bright and glowing. What it was, we'll never know. Never did ever get a picture like that again of something that big. We also got things that a lot of photographers, I think they call them flares, but these look like snakes that came up as a group and extended, and they were like twirling around. Got that on film. How do you explain it? Don't know. Not a photographer. I've been on a lot of things that were scary, like other people mentioned the ghost house, the exorcism that we did recently. There's just been a lot of things. You just can't explain them. Some of it is really exciting. I didn't get to go on the exorcism, but I got to watch the film of it. I was actually shaking when they got done with the film. It was as real could be. Been on a lot of other different investigations, like the one Max was on, where we had all the meters going off. We use a lot of different type of meters. My wife mentioned the Mel meter, I'm sorry. The Mel meter. Mel meter is a very expensive piece of equipment. She's had a couple of them burn up on her. Don't know why. But out of all the equipment, probably wearing a cross, which I've got on, or one of the different medals that you can get from the Catholic Church, they'll protect you. St. Benedict's will protect you. St. Michael's will protect you. We are a religious group. We open with a prayer. We end with a prayer. We don't want to take anything bad with us. You know, we've had cases where we've had hitchhikers go home with certain members and their car would break down on the way, and they'd go have their car checked out the next day. Nothing wrong with it. Like I said, when we were up there at the ferry boat landing where the guy's buried, the meters would answer all of our questions, yes and no, spell out the name. There's a plaque on there that tells you how many children the guy had. We asked him how many children, light up the K2 meter. It lit up the same amount. Well, actually it lit up one extra. And I says, hold it. It says that you had 4 children and you lit up 5. And I asked, is there one that wasn't accounted for on the plaque? And they did a yes and no, and it said yes. So, like I say, there's a lot of strange stuff out there, but like I say, I really don't believe in the ghost part of it, but you are talking to a lot of bad angels, entities that, that are here to, just wreak havoc on mankind. And like I say, that's how people get in trouble. They try to talk to them, and they're not real. We had a woman contact us out towards Dunellen. She sent us several pictures of things that you can't describe. My wife says it's, like a Bigfoot type thing. I think it's more like the Florida skunk ape, because it has a face of a monkey and it's short. And she's got so many pictures of this thing, it's unbelievable. So we'll be going out there next and probably investigate that. It's a little bit out of the paranormal line, but you know, it's still something that needs to be investigated, and if there's any truth in it, we'll find it.